Hello. So in chapter 1, you learn the overall goal of research is you want to find elements, you want to define those elements, and then you want to find cases that illustrate those elements. Well, in chapter 4 here, this is a good time to look for case law that has defined elements or defined certain terms. So for instance, in our case, we're looking for cases that deal with parody versus satire. We're not sure exactly where ours is on that spectrum. And so if you look at Campbell, you can see here that the court is trying to define parody. And this one little bit here, it talks about how parody needs to mimic an original to make its point, whereas satire can stand on its own, as in it isn't making fun of an original thing, it's making fun of something else. So that means our Hey Prof situation is probably a satire and not a parody, which means we're probably going to have less protection than what we would otherwise have. And here you can see earlier in that paragraph, the court even defines parody with a modern dictionary. And so they've now adopted that into their opinion, so we can use that. So when we're writing up our memo, at the beginning of the discussion section, after we do like an introduction thesis kind of thing, we would then put the black letter rules, these definitions, and then we can do the case law that illustrates. Or we can just do a case analysis and put these definitions right in the case analysis. There's several different ways to do this. But that's an example of finding a court's definition, a black letter rule for parody. Now, if the other factors, if the 4 factors are defined as well, we would start each section in our memo with that factor. All right. So anyway, that's one example in our case of finding rules that define parody. All right. See you later.